Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Pole Obsession. Yay, we have a name, which is awesome. We just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the amazing feedback that we've been getting. We're really thrilled that you're getting good things out of it and you're enjoying listening. We are enjoying talking, so we're going to carry on talking and hopefully things will get even better from here on out.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. We really appreciate it. And we love talking, as you can tell. We talk a lot. So in this episode, we're going to talk about pole studios. So our favorite pole studios that we love, the owners that we love, and we're going to cover some in Australia. Now, this is not a full list because we would be here forever if we did a full list, but these are just some of the ones that sort of stand out to us, and we're going to do some around the world. So should we start with Australia?
Let's start with Australia. And some of these studios we've both been to, some of them only one of us has been to. So we are going to, just sort of share some experiences and anything that really stood out to us about these pole studios, which is going to be fun.
Yeah. All right, let's go with Brisbane first. So we're going to start with a studio that we love. You've been to this studio, haven't you?
I have been, yeah, I have. And I've been to Brisbane and look, I'm going to be completely honest. I think I went to two pole studios in Brisbane, but it was such a long time ago. It's nearly 10 years ago now. And I cannot remember the names of them. So yay, go me. But to be honest, both of them that I went to were really awesome. So I'm definitely gonna leave this one with you because your memory is better than mine.
Well, this one I haven't been to, but I know the people there. So there's a lot of people there that compete with us, and that's how I know this one. So this is Hangar 66, and they've competed with us since the inception of Hangar 66. And just the people there are lovely. The competitors are just so, beautiful to work with, and they're just really, really lovely. And the owner, Lynn, there's two owners, Lynn, and I haven't met the other lady who owns it with Lynn, but she's so supportive of the pole community in general, and she's just such a champion for pole, and I just love that about her. So, and I think they give a lot of really good offerings, and they've got really good instructors like Shell Hafner and Kelsey Rose and some really amazing ones. So I think that's
Yeah.
like a thing.
And I think that's like a real standout as well, as you can tell sort of by the students and by the competitors that come to your competition, like what the environment is at the studio. And when they're like really warm and really supportive of other dancers, you can tell that they come from a really warm and supportive studio. And I think that's such an important thing with pole dancing, is to have like a home base where you feel safe and you feel really encouraged and just really at home.
Yeah, I agree. And I think they definitely create that. And every time you see the videos too, they look like they're having lots of fun. And I think that's one of the most important things in a pole studio. Have
Yeah,
fun.
100% fun. It's dancing, it's got to be fun. We can work hard, but let's keep it fun.
Exactly. And the next one I want to mention for Brisbane is Aerial Anarchy. Now, this is a new one, but Sally Haitley, so Sally Lovely Haitley, she calls herself, she opened this one. So she's actually from Melbourne, and she used to compete with us many, many years ago, but she moved to Brisbane, and I know that she worked at a few studios there, and then she opened her very first this year. Sally's been dancing longer than I have. I'm sure she's 16, 17 years now, and this is her very first studio that she's ever opened and not worked for somebody else. So I think
Amazing.
that's huge. That's like,
Yeah.
it's such a big step and such a huge thing. And every time I see her videos, it looks like she's doing really well. And I just want to sort of say, a bit of a shout out to her because I'm just so proud of her. Like, it's such a big step to open your own studio after so many years.
It really is. Shout out. We love that. Let's share the love, because it is, and we'll talk about this, I think, in a coming episode. What it takes to open a pole studio and go into detail what the steps are and what the process is, but also how taxing it is and how extremely stressful as well it can be. So yeah, when you get to the sort of other side of that, it can be really awesome, especially after, and I was sort of in the same boat before I opened my studio, being in the pole community for a long time, working as an instructor, but not actually having your own studio. It's a very different experience to being a studio owner.
Yeah, very, very different. So, yay, Sally. It
Yay,
looks
Sally.
like she's done a job too. All right, so we're going to move on now. We're still in Queensland because Queensland is so big. So Rohkfit is my next one. So
Can I just
Rohkfit,
tell you something? Can I tell you something really embarrassing?
yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean we're still in Queensland? Is Brisbane in Queensland?
What do you mean? Is it in Queensland?
No, I'm genuine.
Where did you think? Felix, oh my God. Where did you think it was?
I don't actually know. I thought Queensland was different. I thought, okay,
No.
bye.
Yes, Brisbane's in Queensland. And you know what? We're going to run the championships there next year. So how about you come to
Are we?
Queensland? Know where it
I need
is?
to learn. I need to learn where I need to learn geography. No, to be fair to me, I'm not Australian, right? So my ignorance is warranted. But I honestly thought they were different places.
No, same.
Okay,
And
well.
Cairns and Townsville, that's also Queensland. Well, now you know.
Thank
So the
you.
one we're talking about now is Gold Coast, which is still Queensland.
Yeah. Look, we're so educational. I'm learning a lot.
We need to pull a map out or
Oh my
something.
gosh, I'm literally about to
Helpful.
pull one up on my phone. Oh my
Might be
gosh.
helpful.
Please
So
leave this in. I would love for people to know how dumb I am.
Okay, well, I won't edit this.
No, yeah, please leave this bit in.
All right. So Rohkfit is in Gold Coast and they just have a beautiful community. They've got lots of like different styles and it's just really nice as well. So, and we always get competitors from there. Having said that, I also need to mention Studio Eden, which Nicole, our Queensland organizer. So Nicole runs the Queensland Pole Championships and she also runs Miss Pole Dance Queensland. And she did that all this year, like you do, pregnant, about to pop out a baby.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That requires big ups, like prop to that, because it is hard work. Like I think organizing multiple comps in a year is difficult, but when you're pregnant as well, it's double difficult.
Really hard. Yeah, really, really. And she has a little one as well. Like you've got little ones as well at home. So it just adds to it.
I just think mums are amazing, aren't they? They're just like, they can do anything, honestly. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how strong you become when you become a mother. Like, not that people who aren't mothers aren't strong, but like, it's kind of like neck level when you have to like put a whole human being first and then do all of your stuff as well, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. The one thing that I will say about Queensland that stands out, like really stands out to me amongst the pole community is they support each other like you've never seen. If somebody runs a competition, they all go. Yeah, all of them, they all go. They all message each other within the studios. They all support each other. Like
that is goals. That is true goals. Like, good on you, Queensland, because that is like where I would love to say that WA is, but we're definitely not. Like, we've got a lot of growing to do, and I think I'm hopeful that in the future it will happen. But certainly goals. And like you and I were talking about this just before we were recording, like if only pole dancing could be a little bit more like yoga, where everyone just supports everyone and there's no or little that little negativity or little sort of competitiveness between studios and stuff like that it's all just love and peace and harmony. That would be so great. And it's so awesome to see that there's a state that is doing it, because it means it's possible and it can happen.
Yeah, I think supporting studios is a really big thing that we need to have within our community. I think some people and some states, a whole state, does it so well. And I would just love to see everyone do it. We can only grow to support each other and to make it a happy environment.
I agree. We should embrace our differences and be happy.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to all agree on everything, but let's support each other as much as we can. 100%. Yeah.
And I think celebrating different styles of dance and just like accepting everyone is a really big thing. So let's be like yoga.
Let's just be more like yoga.
Right? Lisa and Dan, we love yoga.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. That's it. Queensland are amazing at it. I love taking competitions there. I love judging there. They're just really cool. The other one in Queensland, one more in Queensland, I know they've had a lot, but I need to mention INX. So they're a new studio and they're in Noosa. I'm getting this right. I'm sure I'm getting it right. So Lisa owns it. So Lisa moved there from Melbourne and she's opened it this year. So it's another like almost brand new studio. And she's just such a gorgeous person, and every time I watch her videos or have a bit of a chat with her on Instagram, she's so supportive of everyone, and she loves what she did. And I said to her once, your studio looks like it's doing so well. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. And she's like, thanks so much, Elle. I really appreciate that. But she goes, I do everything with love. And when you do, yeah, and when you do everything with love, it shows through and people feel special around you. And I just thought that's just so nice. So
That is so beautiful. That's a great ethos, is to do things with kindness and do them with love.
Yeah,
I'll
totally
take
agree.
that. I'm going to do that with love and kindness. Let's go.
Let's do that. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Let's move on to Melbourne. Oh, yeah.
Yes. No, I was going to say, I feel like this episode is going to be particularly useful if anybody's like moving from one state to another, because I often get asked like, what studio should I go to when I go to this place? And I don't know all of them. So it's difficult to say. And also like, where are you living? But it's great to have like a starting point, to have like a couple of things to Google and find what works for you.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. So next one, Melbourne. Obviously, I'm going to have to put APA in Melbourne because Aerial Pole Academy has just opened in St Kilda. We've been open for a couple of months.
Shout out. It's a shameless plug.
100%. So that's a new 24-hour studio in Melbourne, close to the city, St Kilda. And we do run classes. There's not a ton of classes, but we run classes. But I really put a lot of time and effort and made that studio as beautiful as what I can be. There's beautiful dressing rooms and perfumes, and it's just, I get all fancy lighting now, and it's just big chandeliers. So it's just a really, really pretty space. Like there's lights around all the mirrors, makeup mirrors, all this sort of stuff. Yeah.
A lovely place to train.
Yeah, it's a lovely place to train. And we've got some really amazing members already. So
I feel like you've got some superstars in there.
We've got a big superstar.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah, and we're going to get that superstar on our podcast soon.
We are international superstar. You get a prize if you guess who it is.
Yes, her name may or may not start with D.
And end in aria.
Oh. That's another clue.
Who could it be?
I wonder who it could be. Yeah, but anyway, and I love having her there. So it's we've got some really cool people there that have come and already trained with us. So super nice to have them. And then we can't talk about Melbourne without talking about Pole Divas, can we?
We can't really, can we? And we shan't.
Exactly right. Huge. Pole Divas are huge.
I think when I went to Melbourne, I definitely taught at Pole Divas and at Blackbird, and they were both gorgeous studios with gorgeous people. I only had great experiences at both those places. Like I feel like very welcoming studios, lovely people, lovely studios as well. Like the way they're set up, and I like color scheme. I like a bit of color.
Yeah.
So it's
very pink, isn't Divas?
Yeah, Divas is for sure. And then Blackbird is like got a little of like funky artwork and stuff. Like it's really cool.
Yeah, and they've got the big. I haven't been to Blackbird, but you see all the things on the Instagram.
Yes.
The big B, Blackbird, the big B for the lighting.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I wonder if because I know it was Fontaine who originally opened it, and now Amy Hazel owns it, but I'm not sure if Fontaine did any of the artwork herself, because she is very artistic. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I'm not sure. So but it's that sort of style, like sort of really cool graffiti style, and it's very nice. It's a space that inspires creativity, I feel like.
Yeah, I think Amy's just stepped out now. So Amy's not running it anymore. Yeah, so Brady Stevens owns it now.
I'm so out of date. I don't know. I just had babies, so that's my excuse. I'm glad I have you to keep me uh, up to date.
Uh, well, Brady did own it with Amy. So Amy owned it with another lady, and I think her name was Olga. And I think Olga started it with Fontaine.
Yeah.
And then I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, people. I think that was her name. I had never met her. And then Amy bought into it with Olga when Fontaine left. And then Olga left, and then Brady bought into it with Amy. And as far as I'm aware now, it's just Brady. But you guys let us know if we're wrong. Either way, you've got a cool studio.
It's a great studio.
It's big and it's cool. I actually think, and I think I am right about this. It might be the biggest studio in Australia per square meter.
Square meter. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised. It's expansive. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of if I've been to any other. Nah, definitely. Well, not definitely, but
Oh, it would
somebody's
be
gonna tell me.
maybe it would be up there with actually Sydney Pole.
I haven't been
Sydney
to
Pole
Sydney
camp.
Pole.
Yeah, I think Sydney Pole camper down's 1,000 square meters.
Yeah.
I think from what I've been told, Blackbird might be 650 square meters, but tell us, Brady, if we're wrong, but it's huge. And then I think Aerial Pole in Belconnen's just over 600 square meters.
Yeah.
So we've got some real big studios
Big
out
ones. Yeah, big old
there.
studios.
Yeah, yeah. Really, really big. So love Blackbird and Divas. Oh, we skipped over Divas a little bit. Let's talk about them. So
Oh yeah, we did.
Divas, yeah, we skipped. That's how our minds work. Just go from one thing to another.
We were like,
So
we're not going to do Melbourne without talking about divas, and then we forgot about divas.
Yeah, we didn't really forget about Divas.
Nah, we didn't. We never would.
No, we never would. So the thing with Divas that makes them stand out and really different, it's female only.
Oh
And yeah. And I think it might be the only studio in Australia that's female only. So it's kind of like reminds me of the Fernwood. So it's a nice place just for women to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty studios, pretty pink studios. And with I think you can't talk about Divas without saying that they've got incredible instructors.
Oh, very incredible instructors. Yeah.
Incredible. Like they have
World class.
world
Yeah.
class. Yeah, and so many more, like so many that compete and win.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
real
they
good.
do. Yeah, they've got like the Midas touch, don't they, Pole Divas?
Yeah.
It's like, you will win everything. You will win everything. Now you will win everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you wanna win something, go to Pole Divas. Maybe just touch a pole there. Some sort of magic in the water.
Canetta's made some sort of magic at that
Yeah,
studio.
yeah, yeah. She is. I mean, she deserves a shout out as well, man. She's been in the industry for such a long time and created a lot of successful pole studios. So like big ups to a great businesswoman.
Yes, yeah, and that says a lot. That says a lot,
Yeah, yeah,
build such a huge empire. So well
yeah.
done.
It's
Very
not
cool.
easy. It's not
It
easy at all.
is not easy.
No.
It is not easy. We respect it.
Yeah,
I've done it
absolutely.
all. So next is Pole Room. Now, Pole Room have got, Jasmine will let me know if I'm saying this wrong, but I think they've got like 5 or 6 studios. They've got a lot in
Yeah.
Melbourne.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to say you're right. Where have I been? Can't remember.
The city one, maybe?
Nope, I don't think so. I'm going to quickly look it up. You talk, I'm going to look up on my phone.
So the only one I've been to sorry, not Pole Divas, we've moved on. The Pole Room, the only Pole Room I've been to is the one in the city, and it's beautiful, and it's right in the center of the city, and it's in such a great location. And Jake is the manager there, and he just won not exotic, it was MX Pole.
Oh,
So
wicked.
yeah. He just won that, the Victorian one. So he's a really good polar, but he's also a genuinely gorgeous person. So he's beautiful. He came to my opening of APA and I loved having him.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, see what it's like supportive,
Yeah, we love it when people are lovely.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's really nice, what do they say? You should never meet your heroes, but it's so lovely when you do meet like incredible pole dancers and they're also really lovely people.
Yeah. And they've got some really great instructors there too. They've got, and I know Sherry's there as well, and Sherry Sherbury.
Sherry
Sherry
Sherry.
Sherry, and she's incredible. So she placed this year in Victorian Pole Championships. I know she does a lot of Miss Poles, but she's super flexy, and she's a great, and she's a sweetie too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's really,
Yeah.
they've got lots of really cool instructors there. So did you have a look? Did you look it up?
I got distracted, and then I started panicking about what we were talking about next, and I was like, oh, I should look at the list. So now I'm looking at the list. So no, I just got
Well, they've
nervous.
got very cool studios, and Jasmine runs it, and she owns all of them with her husband, and she's a sweetie too. So,
Agreed.
yeah, she's lovely. Okay, let's move on out of Victoria. Well, no, actually, not out of Victoria. We're still in Victoria. So, you know, Melbourne's in Victoria, right?
I know, because I've just been. I was just there.
You
I I
were.
was. We were ships in the night, though. I didn't see you. You didn't see me.
And
But it
we
was my
tried.
husband's wedding. Yeah, we tried, but it didn't work. But it made me feel like I should go back to Melbourne, like more often. I feel like I should
Yeah.
travel more. Why not?
Come
Anyway,
visit us. Come do
I,
a workshop.
yeah, definitely. I would love to. I want to see this perfume. I love perfume.
Yeah. The chandeliers and the
The chandelier
perfume.
and the perfume. I'm sold.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to see
I,
that?
I do.
All right, so we're in Victoria now, so we're going to Aerial Dance Studios in Ballarat. Now, why are we going there?
Why are we going there?
Because Bethany Finlay owns it.
We are going there.
We are going there. We
I
are going.
forgot that she lived in Victoria.
Where did you
Like,
think she lived?
well, no, I just like got my states confused again. I was like, why are we going there? What's happening? Um, yeah, of course we
Yeah.
are, and of course we will, and of course we're going to talk about Bethany Finlay. Um,
Yes.
I feel like I have just so many lovely things to say about Bethany. She's such a humble superstar, isn't she?
She is.
She doesn't I don't think she knows how great she is, and that's endearing but also annoying.
Yeah, I find it annoying.
Yeah, she's just brilliant. She's like such a
Yeah.
skilled person and a real sweetheart too. And I think she's done great things with her studio.
Yeah. And I think, look, I've used Beth a lot for expos, and I've used her a lot because she's an incredible teacher. She's
Yeah.
always got new things to teach, and she's always working and training and working on herself as a polar. And the students love her. She's
Yeah.
just a good teacher.
A great teacher and such an excellent technician. And you can tell that she really knows what her body is doing, and she's able to like translate that in not because some people are very good technicians and they're not good teachers, but she is an excellent teacher and an excellent technician. And that's just such a great combination.
Yeah, and it's a huge skill to have. But I think also the years and years of her gymnastics have come into it as well. And they've given her an extra skill that a lot of people don't have.
100%. Yeah. And also like when you train as an elite gymnast, you get a whole set of training skills and drills and the ability to train at that elite level, which you can then translate into training for pole on the pole with the pole.
Yeah, exactly. And she's got a really strong community and a really strong following. So I think that speaks volumes about her studio and how good she is. And I know her girls coming out of that studio when they do go into comps, or I've had some of them, you know, come to my studios. They're great. They're
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And they're just cool people too,
Yeah.
which is so nice to see. But yeah, it's the environment that she's created for sure.
That's right. I'm just going to open this curtain and turn on light because it's getting a bit dark in here.
You need a ring light.
I
Remember we
do.
talked about
I
the ring light?
still don't have a ring light.
Next episode we'll get the ring
Yeah, I
light.
forgot. Yeah, I forgot about the ring light.
Yeah.
The back, the lights are on.
Ta-da, I can see you. All right, moving on. Let's talk about, well, there's another little one actually that I would like to mention, Physipole. Like, you can't talk about pole studios without talking about Physipole.
Physipole.
Physipole is by far the biggest as far as the most studios in Australia. So I think that they are up to their 19th studio.
That is so many studios.
So many.
So many. 19. I
That's a
can't
lot
even
of
I
stairs.
can't even keep up with one.
Yeah. I know.
One.
Well, one is hard. It's a lot of work. So these are all franchised. I think that obviously Christy Sellers, who's amazing. I
Yeah.
think that Christy may own her one, which is also in Ballarat, but then she's got them around the rest of Australia too. So she's got them in Victoria, she's got them in Queensland. She does have one in Canberra.
Is that the
Um,
flagship store flagship studio as well, or is Christy Sellers?
I don't think so. I think that she's just opened another one in Noosa that may be the biggest one. I don't know what Chrissy calls flagship though. Is it the
Yeah.
size of the studio
Or is it the
or is
first
it?
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I know the Ballarat one's new-ish, maybe. Like she had one obviously there before, but I think
Yeah.
she built a new one, as far as I'm aware, maybe 2019. Tell me if we're wrong, Christy, but I think that was her Ballarat one. And then there's another one that they've opened in Noosa that I think is the biggest. I don't know how many square meters it is, but apparently it's just gigantic. So,
We love a big studio.
yeah. And then there's the little ones, like they've got one in Sale, and Miss Murphy is an instructor there. So they've got good instructors as well.
Yeah. Oh, which is so good.
So good. All right, moving on.
Mm.
Sydney. So
Yay.
So why are we talking about Achieve?
Why?
Because do you know who owns Achieve?
No?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I don't know
Andrea.
anything. You have to tell me everything because I don't know anything.
Okay, Andrea Rife owns Achieve.
Oh, I knew that.
Awesome.
I
What do you
knew
think
that.
about this
You
one?
should, honestly, you should give me a text and put like the names of people and the names of their studios. And I would probably know maybe three, be able to connect three dots because I'm really bad at like remembering.
Fair enough. So Andrea owns Achieve, and Andrea is obviously a former Australian pole champion, and she's just a cool poler. Like she's got everything. She's beautiful lines. She's a sweet person. She has a really good, strong community and a strong studio as well. Like they're like a family. So
Yeah.
two of my old instructors that were my baby instructors, I call them my instructors and she calls them her instructors. So we fight about that. I say she's a stepmom. I'm the real mum. She's the stepmom. So Amy and Dylan, so they've gone there and they're working for her and they love it there. So I think that says a lot.
Oh, you just dropped out for like 30 seconds.
Okay.
My,
Did you
it
miss?
says my internet connection is unstable.
Oh, okay. I was saying was that Amy and Dylan are both there. So Dylan Louisa, who actually came second professionally in the Australian Pole Championships last year, she's an instructor there. Andrea Rife, who owns it, is a former Australian pole champion. So they've got really, really good instructors there, very
Yeah.
skilled.
Top tier. She's a
Yeah,
lovely person. She's a lovely, lovely person.
she is. She's a good person.
Yeah.
She's got a
Yeah.
good heart and she's a good person and she's got a good community. And her studio is new and she put a lot of time and money into it, and you can tell it's like a really pretty studio.
Oh,
Like
we love a
aesthetics,
pretty.
I think they're important in studios.
I do think they're important, and a lot of people
Yeah.
will skip the cost because it's so expensive to do it, and it's understandable. It is understandable that people would want to save the money there. Either the budget isn't there, or they want to put it into something else, and that's as a business owner, that's your decision to make. But maybe it's because I'm an artist. I just like pretty things.
Yeah.
So, and it makes me feel good when I'm dancing in somewhere that I feel good in. So yeah, so I understand that it's expensive and difficult to do, which is why I appreciate it so much more when it is done.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm exactly the same. And like when I've started opening some new studios, I'm looking at things differently. Like, where is a space that I would love to walk into and be in? And what's these extra things that we can give people when they come in? So in my studio, the one in Canberra, we'll get to it, but we serve T2 tea after class. We do all sorts of really
Oh,
different.
they're fancy.
We
We have
try.
we have water.
Well,
I give
that's good.
I give them water. Yeah, no, I think it is good because it's so hot and dry here in Perth that it was like important on as a safety feature as well to have people hydrated. So we have free water.
Yeah, no, that's good. Like having filtered water is a big deal.
It
So
is, yeah. Especially here, the water tastes so gross out of the tap.
yeah, well, that's not. People appreciate it. It's just,
Yeah.
I really do believe the little things are the big things.
Yeah, I do as well. I mean, even in the bathrooms, we have pads and tampons, just in case you get caught out. And because we're wearing such small clothing that, like, if you
Yeah.
do forget or it comes on unexpectedly, then you're covered. So, yeah, just little things.
Yeah, no, we have that too, and like deodorants and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly,
Make you
exactly.
feel a bit nicer
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah. All right, so the next one I want to talk about is Studio Exclusive. Now, Studio Exclusive is a studio that maybe is not like a big name, but Peter runs Studio Exclusive, and she is just very caring and sweet and lovely, and also very, very caring about her studio. So she's just got just a lovely aura about her, and she's a really beautiful person to be around. And I think that sort of spreads through her studio as well. So that's in Chatswood, and she's got another one in North Sydney. What I love about it is I love Peter.
Yeah,
Like she's
yeah.
a great
And it's
person.
like we've been saying, like when you have a great leader, you have a great studio because the people are beautiful, like I think you attract your tribe, right? Like
Yes.
what you put out, you're going to get back. So when you have like a lovely person doing lovely things and with love and really giving because that's where the heart is, then I feel like people resonate with that, and it truly spreads. It's contagious.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, so we are still in New South Wales. So Sydney's in New South Wales,
I
right?
do. Yes,
That
yes.
one you
New
knew.
South
Good.
Wales, NSW. That's where Sydney is.
That's where
I've been
Sydney. Oh, good. I know you have.
there
Many times.
many times.
Many times. So we can't talk about Sydney without talking about Sydney Pole.
True. I've never been.
Well, and no, I haven't either, but I want to.
Yeah, I know.
So,
It looks so
Robin,
pretty. It
if
looks
you're
so.
listening to this, we want to see. I know, Robin, I had a chat with her earlier, like this year, like a few months ago when I was about to open Melbourne, because she's got some good advice because she's opened a lot of great studios. And she was, telling me about her Camperdown studio. It's like a 1,000 square meters. Like that is just huge, and she's put so many cool things. She's got that green wall. So I think
Yeah,
she's
it's
the
so
first
cool,
to do
isn't
the
it?
green wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
With
also, like, just the lighting in there is so good for videos. And I think she really sort of set the standard for really beautiful in studio videos. After that, I was like, oh, that's very clever. Like making
yeah.
the studio look beautiful so that all of your videos come out beautifully as well. I think it's really smart, really, really, really clever. And I love being inspired. I don't want to say copying because that's just such a dirty, dirty word, but being inspired by like really good ideas like that. And you and I think, are good at sharing like that. Like I feel like not everyone would like to share as much, but I think that, yeah, we like sharing good ideas.
And that wraps up this episode of Pole Obsession. We've had such a great time diving into the world of Pole Studios and sharing some of our absolute favourites across Australia. From the studios that inspired our journeys to the spaces that continue to push boundaries of creativity and community, it's clear that Pole in Australia has something truly special to offer. We hope you've enjoyed this little tour of our pole world and maybe even discovered a new studio to check out or get inspired by. Remember, every studio has its own unique vibe and story, and that's what makes this community so diverse and exciting. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you have a favourite studio that we've missed? Drop us a message on Instagram or leave a comment. We love hearing from you. Until next time, this is Felix Kane, and you can find Felix at The Real Felix Kane on Instagram, and Elizabeth Domazet, and you can find me at Aerial Pole on Instagram. Keep polling, and we'll see you soon.